All right. Welcome back, everybody. So, during the break, we flipped the coin to see which match we were going to get and who was going to be on what rink. And so we're going to have a rematch. Technically, it's the third match between these two gentlemen, between Ruz Adai and Tom Richardson. So we saw Tom earlier this morning play on this rink, but Ruse was okay with playing on this rink, given that it's been so many hours since then, and given the quality of rinks nearby. They feel like this is the best rink to play on to have a better game. So these Ruse won his match earlier and just needed to beat Tom in the previous match. They were playing on rink 2, but Tom beat him in that one. So now we'll get this rematch right away, and we're going to bring that match to you right now. Again, now it's everybody here has lost one match. So Ruse and Tom are 1-1. They played each other over the weekend, with Ruse winning that, and they played each other a few minutes ago with Tom winning that. So now we're going to have this best of 3 to see who wins. Will be representing the Southwest Division in the national championships for the Stars. The other match that's going on is you just finished watching Charlie Herbert beat Bill Brault 21-11. So Charlie's getting a rematch of his own against Sadri Jazairi. So the winner of that match will also go represent the Southwest Division in the national championships. Sadri's lost early this morning to Bill Brault, and then he was waiting to see between the match between Bill and Charlie. And Charlie's one earlier loss over the weekend was or he had lost to Sadri over the weekend. That's his only loss. He beat Chris Trenchell earlier. And with the victory over Bill, the 3 wins for Charlie will get him into the national championships again for the 7th straight time. But here we're going to have Tom Richardson and Ruz Adai, and the winner will have their first trip representing the Southwest Division in singles. Ruz's first time ever for anything, and Tom will be his first time in singles, having gone to the pairs last year and finishing third in the national championship with Chris Dodd. So match of the day. So for all the marbles here. Again, we're playing at 21 points. The rink's been a pretty good rink. We've seen people use both hands and not really have any issues. We got former world champion Ann Nunes, and who's won this national championship many, many times. She's going to be marking for us, and she marked the game earlier this morning. So we're just finishing up our last trial end. Just a couple bowls to go, and then we'll be rocking and rolling for everybody. So again, our thanks to Arrow Bowls for letting us use their pop-up tent. It is nice and hot today, but our equipment's staying coolish because we have this. So thank you again to Arrow Bowls for letting us have this. Same line every time. Again, we got Steve Narmontes on the camera, Gary Barnes, our producer, and I'm Scott Roberts, testing his vocal cords. Also, I have Sheila Conti and Joe Narmontes kind of running around, and I'm hoping they'll be. Joan was giving us the updates on the other game earlier, on the Tom Ruse game earlier, so I think they're going to be doing the same for us to keep an eye on the Charlie and Sadri game. So, well, those guys have played each other twice over the weekend, each one winning one. I know Tom is a Team USA member over the last couple of years, and Ruse is actually I think it's Tom just got put on Team USA, and I know it's something that Ruse has been going to camp, but just hasn't gotten over the hump. But this will definitely get him along the way. Even finishing second in this tournament is a good win for is a good finish for him. Pretty solid. But we'll see who ends up winning this one and representing the Southwest in the national championship. Right. This Tom will have the mat and going first. He's been pretty much consistently keeping the mat on the tee and rolling the jack a couple of yards short of the tee is what his standard has been when we saw him this morning. I expect he'll be very similar to that today. Yep. Yeah. About 3 yards short or so. And here we go with with this match should be Barber, again, playing at 21 points for the right to represent the Southwest Division in the National Championships at the end of October at Laguna Beach Lawn Bowling Club. Actually, both of these guys are Laguna Beach Lawn Bowling Club members, and it's their home club for both of them. And we're off. First bowl, not bad, maybe a couple feet short, a bit off of the line, not horrible, but definitely room to draw. Tom kind of started off cold in his match this morning against Corey Vos, but man, down the stretch in the second, like about after the 1/3 mark in the match, he was really on fire, really took control of that match. Ruse, yeah. I like Ruse's ball a little bit better, even though they're just about the same distance away. Because Ruse is behind. A little bit better for the jack movement. Tom second. Yeah. Yeah, that's where I'd like his first roll to be. See if Ruse can make the adjustment. Usually the standard is to over adjust, which would put his bull about here. Yeah. Yeah, pretty good weight. All right, Tom again, looking to take a little more grass. He's been narrow twice. Kind of got it surrounded. And if Ruse thinks that's in his road. And sometimes in a bowls, if you feel like a bowl's in your road, you just need to make a decision. Just pick one side to go on or the other. Either take a lot more grass and go around it, or take less grass and go under it, and even finish under here if you need to. Yeah, you opted to switch to try and get under this bowl. It shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, that should be shot there. That's a pretty good bowl by Ruse. Probably force Tom back over to this hand. I think he'd be driving Ruse in here on this hand, so I think he's better off playing over here. Yep. Come on his backhand. Let's make sure he takes the grass. I don't think he did it. Weight was good, just not enough grass. Well, Ruse can try again. Even a little titch on the jack, just a little touch to move it. He could get it closer to this one. Not sure if he's holding a couple already, but start off with a big number is a great way to go. Ooh, he really hung this out. Maybe better off just playing the same thing and being underneath. No business being short. When you get a free throw, you got to take the free throw. I mean, this would have been a pretty easy draw, and he had just done it with that bull there. I mean, it's a first end, so you expect it to be a little bit on the loose side. So the tape is coming out. Looks like two at least now for Roots. 3 for Ruse. Great start for Ruse. And he had a chance to draw that 4th one in there. It's a hell of a start to get 3 there. So Ruse with a really good first end. Again, I would have liked to have seen him make it 4. He wouldn't have taken much to get a 4th one in. Since he had rolled 3 bulls, there were counters. No real danger, but 3 it is. He's got the mat up a couple yards. And then rolling her a couple yards. It's kind of similar to what you saw Bill do. Just kind of taking it off the end of the grass and playing in the quote unquote good grass, the less wear and tear. Going with the forehand here. Oh, just need a little more pace there. Probably a yard short. Would have forced Tom to play on the backhand, I'm sure. I think he's thinking that's probably in his line, or at least in his eye. When he's got a wide open hand, he could play. Yeah, decent. Again, you prefer both of these bowls are about a yard short, and you prefer to be a yard through. See if they make the adjustment here. Very good bowl by Ruse. Great correction. That's a wonderful bowl there. See, Tom probably should stick with that same hand. And just again, you see the problem with leaving yourself short because now you're kind of in your own draw line with this. You're going to have to use it or come off it. And if you hit it square, it's just not going to just kind of trickle with the way it is. Yeah, good shot by Tom. What a response. Great bowl. Didn't even worry about his own at all and just put her in a stunner. See if Ruse can respond back. And Ruse with the response. Just don't know if he moved it enough. Yeah, not enough. Great shot, but Tom's still holding. Tom probably wants to do something similar. He could either push his own up or he could come underneath and get to that ball. So you're probably thinking like this kind of weight would probably be good. Coming across and through. Yeah, see, that was the good weight. He just was around this bowl and he wanted to be under it. All right, Rue's probably going to stick with this hand and come through and see if he can hit the jack of the bowl again. This kind of weight's good. Just underneath his own. Just trying to take this bowl back to this jack right there. Not far away here. Oh, unlucky. Great effort, though. But Tom's still holding one. It's a really good bowl here from Tom. I like that he had no fear. It really only could have gone bad if he would have ticked the jack over, but that would have been really unlucky to do. And I think he really just wanted to promote his one. So it'll be one for Tom. So Tom gets on the board. So it's 3-1. Ruse over Tom after 2 wins. We'll see Tom doing the same kind of thing of putting the mat on the tee and finishing a couple of yards short of the tee. He hasn't moved away from that all day. So I doubt now's the time when he's going to change that. Yeah. Again, about 4 yards short of the tee here. A little shorter than he had been doing, but so for Christmas, my mother kindly got me some Ricola drops, and based on the way my voice sounds, one's going in now. Thank you, Mom. Great opening bowl by Tom. That's an absolute stunner. What a start. Ruse with an okay response. Would like to see him be through there. Be better off. He's a yard short. When you're down, be up. You're better off back in here. Another absolute stunner by Tom. Two exceptional bowls there. Really putting the pressure on Ruse. Yeah, even that's a pretty good bowl by Ruse, but Tom's two bowls are just really exceptional. So Tom's going to try and see if he can get a third one and just keep that machine working. Just keep doing it again and again. This is really good again. And right in the center line, making a small profile. If you have the bowls across, then you can drive and hit any one. The fact that these are almost all in line makes that very difficult. Who's going to give it a go? Yeah, not a bad idea. I mean, he really wants to float it around, see if he can get to those two and sit around in this spot, see if he can get the shot or cut it down. But man, three just great balls by Tom. Can he do a fourth? Yeah, pretty good. I like that he was at least behind the jack. You don't want to leave something out here in front that Roos could use to come off of. You're better off, if you're going to miss, you're better off missing behind because you don't want to give something out here that they could get a wing on uh, or a lucky wick. Nobody gets a lucky wick off of a deep ball. Everybody gets lucky wicks off short balls. Roos is going to have the good ball just to cut it to three. This will be inside this one. Well, he's done it. At least it's not 4. We'll see how many it is, though. Three it is. Great end by Tom Richardson. See, and again, that free throw that Ruse had in that first end, he would have loved to have had it down because he'd be tied. As it is, he's one down. You never know how it's going to go in singles. You need to take everything you can get. Tom with an exceptional end. 3 interstellar bowls there. Thing is, can Tom keep it going? Another one is trying again that first bowl. You see that first bowl and just kind of drain it. That's where that all started. And you could just keep doing the same thing over and over again. Just get yourself right, get that first bowl in. Nice. Pretty solid. Okay. He's a yard short. Good road, but prefer him being behind if anything. And open the door a little bit for Ruse to try and walk in. And Ruse has got to try and get there first now. There it is. Great shot by Ruse. Great response. You see, you leave that door open, you got to walk in. Ruse taking advantage. Now he's got the pressure on Tom. And it's going to probably force Tom to the other hand. Because again, if Tom plays the other hand that he just played, he runs the risk of getting wrecked on his own bowl. And if he hits the jack, he's just knocking it closer to Ruse's bowl. So he's better off playing this hand since this bowl is behind the jack and trying to play through it back in here. So either get the jack or get the bowl. Just kind of wait. I like that he was positive. They just didn't, no, not the right grass, of course. Now, Roos would like to get there first, play their shot, and just trying to tip this over. Don't be afraid of it. Get behind it. You've got all kinds of room. No danger in this area. Yeah, not bad. Tom's going to try it again. I mean, weight's not bad. He's got T weight. I'm for, a little bit more like this. That way it's got a little more of a bend to it. You got a better chance of hitting one of the targets. Didn't miss it by much. Yeah, I kind of like that. That's pretty good. And the upside with this kind of weight is it's bending a little more, and then you could get yourself a second shot out of it in case you miss. Again, Ruse really would like another one. Hey, Ruse, try and get here first. Try this kind of weight here. Try and have something here. Yeah. Yeah. Might be the unintentional block. Dan's going to look and see if he's got 2 or 1. I think she said 2. It was 1. I could see Tom just blasted and trying to take the bowl out or get the jack back to the 2 he's got back here. He might do it anyways, but with it being 2 down, then he might be just trying to get the draw and avoid this bowl here. Just trying to get second shot if he can. And I think that's what he's opting for on the forehand here. Pretty good effort here. That's a great bull. Might even sneak shot out of it. What a shot! We were thinking you're gonna get second shot. He ended up drawing the shot. What a bull. Ruse is probably trying the same kind of thing, but he's going to be narrow. But he really wanted to try and pinch the jack and hit the bull and see if he could squirt over here. Weight's not bad. He just was narrow. So should be one more for Tom. Going up 5-3 after 4 and 3 ends in a row. I think we'll probably see Tom again with like this 4 yard short of the tee with the mat on the tee. And that's what he's done. He's had 3 ends in a row with it and then 8 and broke. Checking the socks out, and the wind's kind of blowing like this direction here. Not real heavy, but it's there. Tom with a really good bowl again. Yeah, it's not bad. Yeah, maybe a yard through. He nearly gravelled the jack up on his way. All right, see if Ruse can answer. He's far too short. Pretty good road, but a couple yards short. Yeah. And that's a Tom. You really got to take the grass. That's the danger of when there's a bowl out there. You really want to make sure that you get around it or under it. In that case, you need to be around it so that you don't do that and pump him right in. And it's probably a measure now, and now you've given Ruse something to work with. Really wants to try and draw to this bowl or in between this little gap between those two. Just a touch heavy. All right, back to Tommy. He'll probably play this hand all the way around it. His weight was pretty good, I think. He just needed the more grass. Take all the grass you need. It's free. Yeah, real good, Tom. Sit down. Hmm. That's a little heavy. Great road, though. That's the road that you want. Nice one there. Very nice there. Great draw. See if Tom can get one in there. Had a great draw on the last stand when Ruse was real close. See if he can do it again. Had a good row, just needs to take a little weight off. It's taking too much here. All right, Ruse has got another free throw. Doesn't have much. He could just do the same thing. Not overthink it, just do the same bowl. He's got all kinds of room. I mean, if you wanted to be frisky, if he's worried that this front bowl is not in the count, this one here, then he could play it through that bowl, trying to push it up, and then have his own bowl follow, and then that would be 3 for sure. But I think you better serve since you just put in the stunner real close. Just do it again. Just don't overthink it. Just do the same thing you just did. It's just really overcooked this one. I'm already giving him the one. Is going to measure for a second. Yeah, that was another free throw. I mean, all you had to do was get within a yard, and you got another point. And I bet you look back on this and wonder, geez, I wish I would have had another one to get in there. But I think Ruse is going to get 2 here. Yeah, Ruse is shaking his head. So it's 2 for Ruse, so not the match at 5. Was one of the things to keep track of is like those free throws. You know, when you have a yard, can you just draw within a yard? And Tom's been made his. Ruse has missed 2 already on his 2 scoring ends. So something to keep aware of. One of the things sometimes you look back on the match and say, how many times did you have just like a free shot where you had the last bowl and just had to get within, X? How many times did you make it? A lot of times you leave some of those on the, you know, leave some of those out there. Hopefully it won't come back to bite Ruse and he could just keep this train rolling. All right. Hope you're all enjoying the coverage. If you do, you can give us a like and a subscription. That would be great. That way you can make sure that you know the next time we're going to go live with a subscription. And if you're liking the broadcast, we'd love the positive feedback. Ruse with a pretty good opener there. Yeah, didn't want to be short Tommy. You've been better off back in here, playing jack or bull through the head. When you're down, be up. Yeah, and not a great bull there by Ruse. Again, we'd really like to see him over here. Now you just kind of open it up for Tom. Even give it if he comes to be high, he's got something to work off of. Better effort by Tom here. Yeah, that's a good bull there. And now he's given himself a catcher. He could try that same shot again, and now if he happens to get the jack, now it's 2. And now Ruse has got to worry about coming through. Got to turn. Yeah, just didn't turn. A good way. Just kind of missed the line. See if Tom again trying to play this jack or bull shot with his third. He managed to hit that bowl, take shot, good conversion. And again, because he's back here, now Ruse has got to worry about it. Ruse really would ideally like to play this Jack of Bowl, but he's got this one here, but then he's got this one he's got to worry about, so he can't come free flowing through it. And then again, if he would have had either one of these bowls back over here, that would have helped him. Kind of helped with the numbers game back here on this side. Good effort here by Ruse, not far away. Oh, what a great shot there. What a response. Ruse. So his hold might be two. And Tommy shadows on it, so I can't really tell. Obviously, at least one, maybe two. So Tom's got a choice here. I don't think this hand's on. I with this one in the way, I don't think I'd play it. I think he played this other hand well. I think he could play this kind of weight again. He could hit the jack and drag it through. He could hit this bull and sit. You know, one, two, three. Any of those is a win. He could even come off his own, and that would redirect it back, and that would be good too. Maybe all the way to the shot bowl. So I think he wants to play this with at least a yard of weight on the forehand, trying to get any of those bowls. And again, he's got this catcher here. If he has hit jack come through, it's two. That'd be a 4-point swing right here in a tie match. It's away. Let's see what he's got. He's definitely got the pace on it. Oh, great effort. Great effort. Split those two bowls, knocked that one out, and just kicked that one over. So we cut it to one. Given where Ruse was sitting, that's pretty good. So I think it's one more for Ruse to go up 6-5. Again, playing to 21 points. Pretty good shot by Tommy. That's the other thing you want to do, in addition to the free throws, is how many conversions you're making, how many, the cut downs. Because it's a lot easier, a lot better when you just go down 1 point as opposed to two or three. That was a good cut down shot by Tom. And Ruse had some stunners there. All right, Ruse has pulled the mat up a little bit. And he's got that jack about 3 yards short of the tee or so. Again, you like to see that first bowl be solid. And pretty good there. Not bad. Maybe foot and a half behind. On the backhand here. Pretty good effort. Great bowl by Tom. He's a little further through than Ruse. Can't really tell who's holding. Both of them just want to make a minor correction. Ruse didn't take the grass. Yeah. It's interesting. I wonder if Tommy's going to switch if he was worried that that one's in his way. Yeah, he's looking to see how short that one is and how far away he is. Yeah, he's opting to stick with it and trying to probably come underneath Ruse's bowl. Just a little short. He didn't want to push that one in, so he just opted for be a little short. I think it would have been good to play this, this kind of line and then just come across. There's Ruse with his third as he corrected the line. Oh, still in line, but the weight's very good. It should be enough for he's holding a couple. And Tom had played this hand now twice. Might be thinking the other hand now. I mean, he could try. It's really dangerous to try and play it, and he's kind of plugged up going underneath the pink ball in his hand, so he's going to try the other hand now. Mm. Yeah, it's a little short. Good road though. Something to build off for his next one. Ruse, I'd really like to see him. See, here's the danger for Ruse now. If he takes more grass, he doesn't want to hit this bull in front. So if he takes more grass, he wants to have a little more weight to be behind it, not short of it, because he doesn't want to give an elbow. He's better off trying to draw to this back bull of Tom's. Come all the way around. Don't touch his front one. Come to that back one. So anything behind or right around that bull is good. Yeah, this is fine. That's a good bull there. He didn't touch anything. I mean, he could hit that bull. The main thing is he didn't want to hit that bull in front and push that in, which has been the danger. And he didn't want to leave anything, basically anything in this quadrant. He didn't want to put anything here because it's just something that Tom could use to work off of. Tommy's eyeballing it, trying to see what the score is. No, really don't. I mean, he doesn't have much on this hand. I don't think it's. I don't think he's got the room to come between these two bulls. It have to be really good. Just and there's too much danger to push that one further in. So I don't think this is on. He could try and play that hand and play narrow and trying to push this bull in, this one in front that's more in the line. He could try that, but he just played the draw in this hand and he was just here. So I think he's better off just trying to do it again and finish, just inside this his bull in the back, say. And that would be a pretty good shot, I think. Yeah, he's going to play this forehand. Oof. That could have gone horribly wrong. I think he would have been better off on the draw and not the promotion. Because if he would have hit that jack, it would have flicked it over here, and then it's three down for sure. And he nearly did that. I think he would have been better off on the draw. He didn't need to adjust it much. So let's see what the count is here. And measuring again. High stakes in this match. You don't blame guys for wanting to look and see what there is. I've taken two already. I think if Tom thought he was three or more down, that's why he was thinking, no fear and just trying to come through and hit everything. I think it's just two. I think based on the measure, and he pushed his out. Yeah, it's two for Ruse to go up 8-5. So the update in the Charlie Sadri game, I just got an update from Joan who says it's Charlie 4, Sadri 3. Charlie 4, Sadri 3. Again, we're all playing at 21 points. This one is now 8-5 for Ruse. Pulling that mat up again. Yeah, Ruse kind of sticking to that good grass, so to speak. Maybe a yard short there. And again, you prefer to be behind with that first one. And you've also left the door open for Tom. Yeah, Tom takes advantage, walks on in. Great bull there. And then Ruse just wants to. I mean, his line's not terrible. He just needs to add at least a yard so he could play through those bulls. Yeah, yeah, it's pretty good. Again, he just finished on this side over here, and he would be better off finishing over here, coming across through and finish over here. Tom's probably just looking to do the same kind of thing. Just put another bull in the head. He can even press on his own. No fear here. I'm going to come all the way up to it. Yeah, okay, but yeah, I mean it's good, but because it's short, now you've just given Ruse. Now he's got three things to hit, and nothing in this area that he has to worry about. He's just going to make a small adjustment and see if he can come through there. Ooh, didn't miss by much. Probably second shot with that. And Tom's going to stick on the forehand here. Got to be careful. Doesn't want to come narrow and flick the jack over to these two back bowls. Yeah, another pretty good bull there. Three pretty solid bulls in the head, but again, he doesn't really have anything behind. And Ruse can just, kind of, again, he's still got the opening to take the jack and get three. He's going to give it a go. We'll get a good shot at Tom's butt instead. Somehow, I guess it went all the way through or missed behind. I guess as he went all the way around. I mean, this weight's fine. He just needed to, kind of be over here more so that he could have hit something. And Tom's got to be worried because he doesn't want any jack movement. It wouldn't shock me if he switched hands. He's either got to be, I don't, when you're holding, you don't want to be heavy and narrow. You're better off, he could play this hand into his own blue. If he hits this bull, it's not going to get it any closer. So he really doesn't need to worry about that. He wants to be under that if he could do there. Or he could play here and just kind of just a gentle draw. But you don't want to end up over here. As you're over here and you flick the jack and have it knock it back here, that's bad news. I mean, you've gotten a point here, and this isn't exactly a free throw, but more dangerous to give it away. Yeah, this is fine. I don't have a problem with him being short here. It was pretty. So I'm trying to get the count for a man. Was that one? Okay, thank you. So one for Tom to break a streak up. Make it 8-6 for Ruse. All right. Tom again has kept them out of the tee, and he's about 4 or 5 yards short. Pretty good opener here by Tom. Just a foot and a half short. All right, here's Ruse coming around. Pretty good weight. Both have bowls that they could use, build off of. Wants to do something very similar. Press on his own. And just a little short. Again, he would have better off being behind. Ruse just wants to do a little correction. His weight's good. Just needs to get the line down. Yeah, just an overcorrection there. And he needs to keep his weight. Probably just one from Tom. That's good by Tom. I like this. Nothing wrong. Really needed something behind. I'd prefer to be over on this side because you see Ruse is playing this hand. That's a good ball by Ruse. Giving it a shot here. Yeah, I think he did enough to get shot. And it's taking a look to see. He's calling it a measure. So it's close at least. Tom's going to have a look. Kind of really, just with the way it hit, Tom's should be just a draw on this hand. And he's got a catcher right there. And he just really doesn't want to push Ruse in on this hand. So I wouldn't be playing this hand. I think he's better off playing on this hand. Pretty wide open. There's a lot of room in this gap here. Well, it's a measure. Tom's got nothing to lose here. And he's got the position behind. Just a little narrow. Weight was pretty good. Just a little narrow. All right. Now Ruse has got an interesting choice on his own. Don't know if he's holding or not. Quite the opposite. Whereas Tom didn't want to move this ball. I think Ruse would love to have pushed in. But Ruse, I think he could do the clean draw here on this hand. but you got that danger of that back bull, and any jack movement really doesn't favor you. So you could do the clean draw on that hand, or you could switch over here, but you don't want to touch that blue bull in front. You're better off either pushing to this or drawing around to this bull if you play on this hand. Because if it's a measure now, just flicking that bull up is enough to get it in. And he comes, and you can afford to be positive. You really want to be through in here. Yeah, just not up. Shortest bull of the bunch. Measured again. Like looks like one for Ruse. The guy's kind of trading jabs early after a few haymakers. A few haymakers in the first few rounds. Now they're Ruse has got 6 points in the last 5 ends. Going up 9-6 after 9. So I'm trying to keep an eye on the Charlie and Sadri game, which is about 4 rinks over. The problem is those guys have the exact same color bowls, so it's like impossible to tell who's holding it and who's not, especially from a distance. So much as I would love to tell you what's going on there and get a feel for the game, that's not possible. We're having to send little runners. I think Jones going every once in a while to go see how it is. Okay, here's Ruse with his opener. Looks pretty good here. Yeah, just a little short. A couple feet short. Yeah, foot short, foot and a half. Tom's got no fear, just going to keep playing the same hand. Figured he could use Ruse's bowl with anything. Oh, man, just needed another couple feet. Pretty good effort. Wonder if Ruse is going to stick with it. Well, Ruse can just come off his bowl. Really don't want to be narrow here. Don't want to push Tom in. And he's just switching hands. Same thing, though. Don't want to be narrow and push Tom's in. And just have a nice clean draw, get all the way there, get to the back. Again, Rue's only thrown 2 bulls. He shouldn't be following his own. All right, Tom's going to try it again. He really just wants to add a yard. He can come off this bull. He can push his own in or come clean in the gap. Yeah, that's not what he wanted to do there, but he's got a couple good seconds anyways and set it up all right. He just kind of hung out. He really needed to make sure he was underneath and into that one. All right, Rue's holding now for sure. He's going to come on this hand. He really doesn't want to touch Tom's. That's a good bull. Little dicey being narrow. I think kind of try to skirt this a little bit more. All right, here's Tom again. Really wants to target that pink bull. Come inside clean. All the way down. Oh, gotta be up, son. When you're down, be up. Anything, I mean, he's got nothing behind the jack here. He really would have been better off back in here. All kinds of things good could have happened with some action. Bruce really wants to leave those two bulls alone. Yeah. Hmm. Okay. Well, he's still holding one, and he had room to draw. So Tom's got 3 seconds. Ideally, he'd want to come in this gap and push this all the way through, push this bull out. I don't know if he can get there, though. He tried it, though. So it should be one more for Ruse. All right, so one more for Ruse to go up 10-6 after 10. Just got an update from Joan that the other match between Sadri and Charlie is tied at 5 each. Again, similar kind of link. Ruse here pulling the mat up a couple yards, and he's got the jack. Yeah, maybe about 5 feet short of the tee. Yeah, yeah, decent opener. He's got that 5 feet to put it right on the tee there. But room for Tom to draw for sure. Yeah, pretty good bull by Tom there. Just behind the jack. Nice bull there. Ruse really could play either hand. Yeah, he's going to stick with the forehand here. Just took too much weight off of it. He said it been too hot, too cold. He'll be looking for the Goldilocks next time. Tom trying to play it through here. Don't want to hit it too far. Might have given it away. Again, this is the value of having the back bull. I mean, this bull wasn't great with regards to the jack, but because it was behind, now it's probably shot. That's why this bull is so much better than this bull up here. He's trying to bend. He's probably trying to draw to that bull there. Yeah, just didn't come back. You can see Tom playing this hand, trying to get to this bull here. Just to be, should be enough to be around that bull. Anything obviously in that square would be good. Hell, just drawing the tee is enough. Just come up short. Again, good road. Good road there by Tom. He just needed 5 feet, I think, from where it is. Ruse would probably be playing back on this hand. He played this bull here, so just making the adjustment over to try and get underneath this bull. With a similar kind of weight, which should be good enough to get another one. Oh, Yeah, just a little heavy, and then because of that, he hit it happened to be sideways. So yeah, now he gave it right back to Tom. And no need to be that aggressive to try and come to it. He could have just really, because I mean, because he put so much pace on it, he flipped it all the way over and put his bowl in the ditch. Really just wanted to come to that ball, not go through it. And Tom can come to this bowl, and he can afford to be forceful. He can push any of his up or get to that bowl. Really wants to be nice and positive here would be good for him. Anything on the inside of that bowl would have been good. So, kind of unlucky for Rouge there. Nobody was trying. It just didn't work out. So it's one for Tom. Close it to 10-7 after 11 ends. Well, hopefully everybody's enjoying the coverage. Again, thank you to Arrow Bowls for the pop-up tent that we're sitting under, keeping all the equipment cool, even though it's kind of warm today. Not to mention keeping us cool. I would be melting. I think we all would. We'd be little puddles here. So thank you to Arrow Bowls. Same line every time. All right, Tom, after just scoring, and both kind of gave it away to each other. See if Tom can do like he did to Corey and just keep getting that first bowl really solid. Yeah, pretty good opener there. It's maybe a couple feet away. There's Ruse. Man, again, just yeah, there is just a little struggle with that first one. Just the first one, the first line on the first one is just a little off, a little more off than I think he would like. And I think Tom would have liked a little better effort there. Just again, an overcorrection. You could see like a straight line. You see the jack between the two bowls delivered. It's just an overcorrection. And really, no correction was really needed. He could have played just the same thing as his first. His ruse a little more pace. Don't know if it came back, got enough to get it in there. All right, see if Tom can split the difference here. This is why I like to call it Goldilocks. You have it too hot, too cold, and get one just right, especially when the jack's right between the two bowls that you played. Just half the adjustment that you made. Very good by Tom there. Really nicely done. Even better than right between the two. That's a beautiful bowl. If Barus can kind of clamp that down and kind of drifting it off, odds are it's going to be, he'll be overcorrecting and come too narrow. It's usually the standard when you're trying to fight a line. Yeah, and that's what he's done here. He played two out that way, and then he overcorrected and came all the way across and was short, no less. Again, the overcorrection. Tom just wants the same bowl. Tom just wants the same bowl here. And he's very close to doing it. Really well done. Really well done there by Tom. Interesting choice here by Ruse. He could try the draw, which he's been fighting, but play it kind of, probably doesn't want to do this hand because he doesn't want to hit that bull. So my guess is he'd want to play the other hand, and then he's got any of these that he could rest off of. Trying to have this kind of weight. Just behind weight. Just, You've had 3 where you've missed the line. You can afford to be nice and fluid with it. See if you can get one in there with your last. Well, it's a good try. Nice effort there. I like that a lot. It just didn't pay off for him, but I think it's probably 2. 3. Actually, 3 it is. Great end by Tom to knot this match right back up. Excellent bulls there. And a nice attempt by Ruse in the last. It just, that's going to happen when you only have one bull to try and make it, and you have a lot of holes there. So you just didn't manage to get it through. And again, just 3 great bulls by Tom. So this match to 21 is now a match to 11, 10-10 after 12 ends. Well, again, 10-10 after 12. Hopefully you're enjoying the coverage here. If you're enjoying it and you haven't done so already, really appreciate a like or subscribe. If you subscribe, then you get notified the next time we go live. I think our next plan is next weekend to show the women's singles playdowns finish. The women do a round robin because they have, I believe, 16 entries, so 8 for the stars, 8 for the stripes. So they do a round robin over the 2 weekends. Again, because there's so many numbers with the men with 44 entries, that's for the 22 and 22. It's just too much to do round robin. So instead, we're doing a double elimination, and now everybody has lost one. So we're getting down to a final match for everyone. So Tom a little heavy, and Ruse is not. Pretty solid bull from Ruse. So we will have the finals of the round robin section, I believe next weekend is the plan. And that's over at Laguna Beach. Not bad by Tom. Pretty solid second. Not really in Ruse's way if he wants to stick with that hand again. Really not going to, no real danger of pushing that in, but he's going to opt for the clean hand anyways. Yeah, pretty good ball. I like that a lot. He's about a yard behind. That's nice there. So the wind is shifted now. So whereas the wind was this way, going in this direction, now it is going this way. Welcome to Long Beach. Tom just looking for a draw. Good weight. Just didn't come back enough. Let's see what Ruse is thinking. The thing is just still an open draw here, and just some minor adjustment should be good for him. Just take that yard off and it'll be good. Nice bull by Ruse. Great bull by Ruse. Not sure if it's 2. That's at least 1. And he's putting Tom to the test. Again, Tom just trying to be weighty. He could hit the jack, either one of these bulls. Everything's good. You really don't want to be short when you're down. He's trying very hard. Oh, great effort. He even had his back bull that he can make use of. He just missed it. I mean, even this is a good finishing position. It just, I mean, he just missed. I mean, he were ideally maybe a little shorter, but you can understand why you're going to have her. It's just, you want to have the path to make sure that you're getting a little action on this. But so he's probably 2 down here. And Ruse another. Again, here's another free throw for Ruse. Really just got to beat this bull here, which is, you know, just not in his line. It's maybe a foot short, so he's really could do this, and he's already done it twice. So hopefully he could do it again. Make it three. At least it looks like it's two from here. Yeah, he's come up short again. Don't think that made it. I don't think that made it. One for sure, and they're just, yeah, two already. Dan's already saying it's two. All right, so two for Ruse to break the tie, going up 12-10 after 13. Playing at 21 points. Ruse a little shorter this time, I think. He's kind of more of a shorter jack because he's got the mat pretty far up now, like 5 or 6 yards. So this is a short. Let's say put this in the short range here. And pretty good opener by Ruse. Jack high, a little narrow. Again, he's just kind of missing his line. Weight's been pretty solid. So, leave Tom an opening. Just enough to get shot. Again, two good bowls really by these guys, and room to correct. There's again. And just really hooking there. Tom just wants to take a little more grass. You see 4 narrow bowls here. This is a sign that the guys are not taking enough grass. And there wasn't enough weight. Just kind of got that away a little funky. He had a little bounce to it. I mean, he's got the weight. He's had 3 bowls within a foot weight wise. Just can't seem to find the line. See if Tom can take the grass this time. Still narrow. All right. Well, Ruse has got the weight down. Just needs to find the line. I think it's probably just one for Tom. Eyeballing it. Tom's getting a good look, even though he shouldn't. All right, big bowl by Ruse here. Like to see him keep that weight and just find that happy medium with the line. Yeah, it's much better here. Close, anyways. Can't quite tell whether he got it or not from this angle, but it's a much better effort. I have no idea who's holding. Tom's been narrow 3 times. I'd like to see him either, get on out here and get to this bowl and get the inside. With this bowl being behind the jack, you can afford to attack that bowl if you so desire. Or even carrying the jack back in here is good. This looks pretty good here. Great bowl by Tom. What a shot. Yeah, there it was. Just a little drag on it. Should be 2 for him. So he'll knot it right back up. 12-12. This match to 21 is a match to 9 now. We played 14 ends and both players have won 7 ends. Very evenly matched. Again, you see Ann Nunes helping us out with the marking today. We marked the first game as well and then took a break. She's so far undefeated in the playdowns. She's gone 4-0. But she's still got Mary Thompson waiting in the wings, who's also 4-0 in her section. So. All right, let's see what Tom's got with his first one. He didn't seem to like it. Well, he should love it, because that's pretty good. Just a foot behind, a little offline. See if Bruce can find the line. He's really been struggling with his line here. Weight's been very good. Just hooking away a little bit. Nice effort, though. I'd like to see that. Good finishing position. So I'm looking for a small correction here. Pretty good bowl. Good position there. Keep Bruce a little honest. Bruce going to stick with it. Just, weight's pretty decent. Needs, again, a little more grass. As he finished narrow at the jack, and I think he's going to do it again. Yeah, he's even narrower than he was the last time. And Tom's third. He's very short. Kind of a blank there. See if Bruce can take the grass. He really wants to try. I mean, I think he really wanted to try. Since you've been narrow twice, I try and target that bowl. Make sure you get enough grass to get all the way out there. Oh, just missed. Just missed. A little too heavy. Tom wanted to get back to being on the jack here. Very short on his last one. Gonna make it pretty close. That's a pretty good bowl there. That could be 2. Should be 2. All right. Bruce, last bowl of the sand. Down 2. Room to draw and wide open. He can hit the inside of this bowl, inside of this bowl. Anything in this little trough should be good for him. Well, he took a lot of grass that time. Is it going to hook all the way back? And did he have the weight? This kind of scared him. That one scared him and he was too heavy, and then he overcorrected and is there. So it should be 2 for Tom. It is. So 2 twos in a row for Tom, going up 14-12 now after 15 ends. Tom's outscored Ruse 8-2 over the last 5. All right, Tom again, back to that mat on the tee. And he's a little on the short side with Jack this time. Interesting. This will be something different. We haven't played this. I haven't seen Tom play one this short yet. Especially not from the tee. I think Ruse went a little short before, but Tom's sticking to the tee with the mat. We'll see how this goes for him. And again, when I get that first ball in. Not horrible, but a lot of room left. Yeah, foot or two short. Ruse got perfect weight and holding shot. Again, a little narrow. Tom can make the correction. He's going to come off Ruse if he wants to at the inside half bit. Yeah, good correction by Tom. Can't quite tell what he's holding because of the angle. Short by at least a couple feet. You see Ruse make sure he takes enough grass because he doesn't want to push Tom's in. Yeah, a little short there. Ruse had the line and then his weight failed him. Tom wants to do something similar here. Pretty good bowl like that. Being behind is okay. Didn't have anything behind for Tom, so it's okay to have a little extra weight. Now Ruse wants to find that line he had before and just add that pace. Get back to put those two things together though. First ball's weight and the second ball's line, and it should be shot. Pretty close here. Well, it fell against the bias a little bit. Looks pretty good. I think Ann was indicating that Tom still got shot. This one looks kind of narrow. Oh, he got away with it. Hit the inside out of that bowl, which helped him tremendously. Could be two now. Kind of fortunate with that one. It was could have gone very bad, but it worked out for him. All kinds of room to use, and he managed to hit the inside. He's even chuckling a little bit. He knows he kind of got fortunate there. Still, Rue's got room to draw, and he's even got a little helper now. This bull in front's kind of a little bit of help. It's going to help if he hits it. He'll redirect him in. So, I mean, he finished here with the last one, and just and here with the one before, and it just kind of split the difference. Get right in there. And it's come narrow again. Just can't seem to find the line. That'll help the cause. He got a little closer. I don't know, frankly, from the angle with it being up so far. Yeah, it should be one for Tom. So he goes up 15-12, and he's won 5 of the last 6 ends. Update in the other game, we'll have Charlie up 10-8 over Sadri. Thanks to Joan, our roving reporter, for getting that score in. A little bit further this time from Tom, but a little bit more standard what he's been doing, about 3 yards short. Yeah, a little heavy and narrow. Again, room for Ruse to draw. He's just his weight's been pretty good. He's just been kind of fighting the line a little bit. Yeah, much better. Pretty good bull there. Let's see if Tom can make the correction here. Oh, oh, living right there. Nearly knocked that bull right to Ruse, which would have been kind of disastrous. Instead, he takes it right back to his zone. Ruse is probably going to play a jack or bull, switch hands, play it through that bull, take plenty of grass here. He's going to come off his own, and then nope, slipped everything. I don't mind it. I really wanted to be more. If he was on the draw, you got to take the extra grass to get out of here. I mean, he's basically on the center line. That was the center line draw right there. And the jack's over here. Really wanted to be over. If you're going to play jack or bull, and you got to have this kind of weight. Tom's switching hands. Oh, don't want to be narrow and push that one closer. Yeah, same kind of thing. You really wanted to, take the grass. Get over here. Don't be heavy and narrow when you're holding. He's really nice and positive. Take the grass. Come all the way out. Not far away here. Oh, he didn't throw it. Oh, he had it. It's tracking nice. He just didn't throw it. That was a good line here. If he finishes here, then that's hit one of those. That would have been really good. Yeah, it's just like just when Ruse gets the line, his weight feels it. Tom looking to just draw another one. A little more pressure on Ruse. Not far away here. Oh, just coming up a yard short. 2.5 feet or so. Not sure if it's two. Can't really tell from this angle. I guess this Tom would be holding. But with the angle, it's hard to tell. And this bull is kind of closer than you think. So it's kind of this bull versus these two. I'm not really sure. Ruse was playing this hand, and now he's got this bull to contend with, and he doesn't want to push it any closer. But it's going to be hard for him to get shot by hitting this bull all the way in. He could cut it down to one. He doesn't have best back, so if he tried to drive, he's trying to come with weight to hit something. It could go down a couple. Really, this would be a case where you really want to find out what the score is. To know what the score is, you know, is it one or is it two? Because it really matters here in this one. If it's two, then you could afford to play this and just trying to get it to cut it to one. If it's just the one, now you're like, I mean, I just don't see how he's going to come across. I mean, if this one's shot already, that's the thing. If he's two down and this one's in, then who cares if you knock it closer? Then it's kind of free to kind of come around and try and play the jack or bull shot. It's going to be hard to get worse than two. If you happen to be narrow and hit that ball, oh well, it was two anyways. If it was two down, I think I'd be playing this around here and trying to get to it. Because it looks like there's room, because that's a healthy 2.5 feet. You should be able to get around it. Otherwise, you're trying the promotion here, which I think is what he's trying to do. Yeah, pretty good effort there. I mean, he could hit that, or the bull he did hit. And anyways, we could say he cut it to one. So it's one more for Tom. So it's 16-12, and Tom's within five of qualifying for the national championships. And he's won 4 ends in a row and 6 of the last 7. Outscored Ruse 10-2 over the time frame. Just saw Charlie have a nice drag of the jack when he was down a couple to take shot. Audrey's got another bull to come. Those guys are getting their mileage in. A lot of visits to the head. All right. Tom again really wants to put the pressure on, try and get a nice solid first bowl in. Just saw Sadri just convert against Charlie with his last. And those guys are really dueling over there from what I could tell. It's just hard to tell because those bulls are nearly identical from a distance. Same color. All right, here's Ruse. Not a bad opener. Really good weight on his first. Just looking to try and make an adjustment on the line here. Just kind of left it short. So again, still room for Ruse. Yeah, pretty good bull there. Should be shot now. Ruse really needs to win an end. Needs to get on the winning track. And he's running out of time. Had it. I had it drawn and just a little short there. If anything, hopefully this will force Ruse to kind of finish one over here. Really finish in this gap, come through here, because his path has been almost to this bull and around. Really needs to find something in this gap here, all the way around, because that's the path to the jack. That bull might make him, force him to come around. And he's done that here. Great bull there. Still finished all the way around. He wasn't really close to this bull, and yet he still finished all the way around. Tom's sticking with that hand, trying to get one in. Pretty good bowl here. Wow, what a shot. What a shot by Tom. Roos, I think Roos was going to look and see how many he was holding, and then he just saw that ball stop and U-turned. Just turned on his heel and shook his head. That's a great ball by Tom. Just when there's an opening, Tom just shuts it down. Roos is coming with some weight here. I think he's going to be narrow. We're going to get a shot at Tom's backside instead. Looks like he came all the way through, so be one more for Tom. Great draw again. Wind up 17-12. 7 of the last 8 ends won by Tom now, and any end could be the last one, as Tom's within 4. Tom been very consistent of putting that mat on the tee. I think every single time. I think he's only put it up once the entire tournament, at least what I've seen. And that was after he'd lost several ends in a row. Was trying something different and then went right back to it. And Tom again wants to just keep that pressure on and keep getting bowls in the head. Keep putting that first bowl close. Very heavy with this one. Wow. Took his time and then absolutely uncorked it. He's a healthy 4 yards through there, barely on the screen. All right, a lot of room, obviously, for Roos to draw. Hopefully that frees the swing for him. Yeah, fairly solid. I mean, he's a couple feet short. Tom needs to keep the horses in the barn on this one. It's much better here. Yeah, that's a pretty good bull. Jack high. Great correction on the weight. And I don't know if the rink is just hard. They seem to be having a trouble finding at this point, after you played 18 hands, you'd like to see no further than a foot, say, off of the mat width, say, off the center line. But they seem to be struggling with it. Here's Roos. There it is. There's an absolute dagger. That's what Roos needed right when he needed it. He's starting to slide away. Tom still has that way back bowl and second shot. We can afford to play this nice and free. Again, trying to jackal bowl, making sure it's bending. Just wants to be maybe a yard through at most. Yeah, pretty good effort there. I mean, with that weight, if he's a little narrower, he makes the shot. He's got an interesting choice here. He could try and play that same hand. It's wide open, and he just did it, and kind of could use a couple points. Easy, Tiger. All right. A little heavier than you wanted. Kind of heavy and narrow, which is not what you want when you're holding, but he survived it. All right, Tom's last with 2 seconds. Probably something with a similar weight, a little tighter. Would be a good spot. It's close. Just a little too high. All right. I wouldn't call this exactly a free throw, but at this point in the game, Ruse really could use to get a second shot in here. He could really, I mean, one thought is, I mean, he's been playing this hand, and he could keep playing this hand and just try and draw to this back bowl. I don't think that'd get him in. This is the second shot here that's jack high. So he could play to here and come to that bowl. It's not going to give it away though, so he could play this hand through this bowl, hit it and stay. It might get him three, because I'm not sure between this bowl and this bowl which one is third. It's kind of close. So that's another option if he happens to hit this bowl with like a yard of weight. You know, say you're playing this weight and you hit this bowl, then it should trickle in and then you might follow it. Might be able to get a couple more out of it. So, or I could just do the, just stay here and just do the clean draw. It's going to be hard to give it away because this is pretty close. I think it would build him some confidence just to keep doing the clean draw. Just whether he feels kind of frisky and he wants to try something. Yeah, it looks like he might. Well, I'm not going to call him until I see it. Yeah, he's just going for the draw, just trying to get a second here. I wouldn't call this a free throw, but I wouldn't mind getting all the way up to it. And it's way short. So just the one. So one for Roos. He kind of breaks the streak. He lost five in a row. Again, that's the reason why you don't want to necessarily play the anything freaky, because you really just kind of need to win ends. It's a different game when you're playing singles and you're drawing the points. You can afford to just get one and kind of move on. But you really don't want to give it away in that situation. He's going pretty far back this time. Got the mat only up maybe a yard, 4 feet past the tee. So got kind of a little different distance for Ruse here. Ruse needs to start winning a bunch of ends in a row to kind of counteract the five in a row that Tom had just won. So he needs to kind of go on a run himself here. And a good way to do that is to put your first one in. He probably left that one about a yard short. So reasonable, but room for Tom. I think Tom liked it. It didn't come anywhere close. It's way short. Several yards short. If it's even in Ruse's way. Yeah, Ruse is just gonna play the clean hand. He could afford to add another yard. He's following his ball and he shouldn't. It's only two. You know, and he's shorter than the last one. Again, we kind of have this little bit of a here's Tom. He switched hands because of that last ball. Jack high. Much better weight there. Not sure who's holding. So, for those just catching up, Ruse managed to make it through the weekend without losing a match. And then his first match today was against Dave Morrison, who he beat. So he was undefeated. We had Tom Richardson and Corey Vos play each other, each with one loss in an elimination game, which Tom won. Tom then had to beat Ruse twice in order to win. They played that was the second game of the day. Tom did beat Ruse in that game, so now they're playing the third game with each of them having a loss. Not a bad bowl there by Ruse. See if Tommy can correct his line. His weight was really good last time. Wow, well short again. Well, I'm not sure. Ruse could be holding two here. It's all about that bowl that Tom's got. And there's some people that would be targeting that bowl and just trying to take it out or push it out. And he's got 3 seconds, but I think Ruse is just going to try and draw, which I think is the better play. This wants to settle right there next to the jack. What a draw. Great shot. I mean, it might be one in, one out. I'm not sure what the score is, but that's going to be very hard for Tom to get rid of. With the front toucher like that and nothing behind. Again, this is what kind of hurts you by having these short balls. If anything, these two short balls are kind of hindering him. And been better off if anything down here would have given him an option. Now with those, they're in the way, if anything. Really is just trying to see if he can get a second. And kind of short again. Might be a chink in the armor that Ruse may have found with this length, but we'll see. Might just be one. That's at least one for Ruse. Ruse is going to measure it and see. We'll see what Ann says, whether it was one or two. Hopefully, when she comes around the corner, we can see just one. Okay, one for Ruse. Another bite of the elephant. 17-14 there. But Ruse may have found something because Tommy, who's been really solid, has gone all over the place there. So Ruse might be just sticking with this distance of pulling that mat up just a hair and going all the way back to near the tee. Yeah, I don't think Ruse is going to get away from this here. Right next to the tee because he played it much, much better than Tom did. Right in the shadow of the spotlights here. They have lights here at Long Beach. And that's what you see is the lamp post. And that jack right in the middle of those front ones. Again, I'd like to see Ruse have a nice, solid first bowl. And I keep putting the pressure on. And he's come up pretty short here. Yeah, probably close to 2 yards short on that first one. Again, same for Tom. Now the door's open. Get yourself a nice, good, quality first bowl here. That ball's really not his way. He could play that hand if he wanted to, but he's just opting to just go the clean hand, play the forehand. And you see him taking a little extra breath here, trying to get it down and through. It's been a long 3 days for these guys. They played 3 matches the first 2 days, and this is their third match today. So, yeah, yeah. Tom's also about 5 feet short there. And I'd like to see them both make good corrections here. Well, weight's much better by Ruse. Just kind of missed the line. Little overcorrection on the line, but that should be holding shot right now, and pretty good weight. If Tom, who has the line, can add about 2 yards here. Yeah, and this is the thing that was killing Tom when he was playing against Corey in the first third of that game. He just had a case of the shorts and was coming up not like a foot or a yard short, like multiple yards short, like he's done here and in the last stand. And he dug himself a big hole that he eventually claimed out of. Now he's in a fight here. I wonder if Ruse kind of come over, and that ball might be right in his line, so I think he's going to switch over to the forehand. See if he can keep the same weight from his last one. Pretty good effort here if it turns. Yeah, good weight. Should be two, I would think. Yeah, I'd like to see Tommy jump on this one. Add that weight. Enough of the short stuff. This looks much better. Much better there. Oof. Close. I mean, it's maybe short yard through. Hard to tell who's holding, especially with the shadows kind of playing tricks on. Ruse is thinking. I mean, he could play this hand, but you've got this bull in the way. But probably the line is through here, so it's probably not in his way. He could go that way. And he's tried this hand now, and he ended up here. So I think his worry is he doesn't want to hit the jack in this direction. He doesn't want to move it any closer to this bull. So, I mean, he could play that if he wants to, but it's probably far easier to. I mean, this is still a pretty healthy distance between the jack and the bull. I mean, it's 2.5 feet. So, I mean, he's got good weight. Just needs to kind of correct the line. Good. Yeah, that's what he's going to do. He's playing this hand. Just trying to come in a little bit. Just even to here is good. And he's a little zesty. Not sure exactly whether he gave it away or not. I mean, he hit the bull's kind of square and punched that one all the way to the back. He was very heavy there. I mean, that was ditchward bound. Nope. Now Tom's kind of got a free throw here. All he's got to do is beat this bull here, and that's probably at least 2.5 feet. So this is kind of a free throw for Tom. If we assume that he's holding, or at the very least he could take a shot right here. There's definitely room to draw. And he wasn't far away with his last one. A little zippy. Yeah, so a little too much pace on it. Well, we'll have to see who's holding. I think we'll just see by whoever picks up the mat here. It was not very clear. Like the way Ruse is shaking his head. Yeah, it's one more for Tom as he's grabbing the jack. So we'll give the one to Tom. So it's 18-14 now. And now Ruse can't press his advantage that he had with the length of that he was playing. That he kind of had found maybe a chink in the armor for Tom, and playing a little better. A little loose there. He's still in the bowl game. You just need to get 7 before your opponent gets 3. Can be done. And the other thing is we've had 6 ones in a row. 4 in the last 6 ends. 4 for Tom and 2 for Ruse. I think checking the wind out. I don't think there was a parrot that flew by. One of the features of Long Beach, somewhere along the line, somebody had some parrots and let them loose, and they have multiplied over the years. Every once in a while, you get a flyby of a flock of parrots. Pretty good opener by Tom. All right, here's Ruse's first. Really would like to see him put some pressure on. Yeah, I didn't like that. It's going to send him for a push-up. It was almost like he was short 2 yards. It's like punishment is giving a push-up. Don't want this to be your last end because you played it loose and gave up a three. Not the way you want to end it. With Tom with an absolute stunner of a bowl there. He got the back bowl with the first and then made the correction. No more than a foot short. That's why you got to take advantage when you can because that bowl will get hit. That jack will get hit quick. Here's Ruse. Yeah, nice shot there. Still down one, but a good bowl. Gave himself a chance. Tom's got to think about this one now. He doesn't want to push Ruse in. He doesn't want to push his own away. He might think about switching hands, which I think he's done. Very good bowl again by Tom. I didn't like this home. Pretty nice there, something behind and holding one. And Rue's got to be careful. I mean, ideally, he'd want to keep playing this hand and come through and get to the bowl, but now he's got the danger of the back bowl that he doesn't want to get to. He just kind of gave himself best back out of it. Don't know if that was his intention, but being one down, he really can't afford to be giving bowls away. I don't know if Tom wants to be frisky and try and take that bowl out and win this right here. Yeah, another bowl in the head, pretty good. Still should probably just one. And now Ruse is up against it. Ideally, he wants to either push this bowl out or tap his in. But yeah, he's going to come and have a look. I mean, he could just, if the frustration is getting him, just have a go because he's got this back bowl now. It wouldn't shock me if he did it. Sometimes people get, the red ass, as you say, you just get your blood up and you feel like nothing's working. Sometimes people just want to go for the drive. And I mean, if he hits this jack back here, could get two out of it. Or if he takes that bowl out, then he could get shot. Because it's a delicate little draw to try and get it to here. Tom keeps coming in and out, in and out. There we go. Now, Dan scolded him. You could see the scold. You see those shoulders come up. Dan scolded him and he went, "Oh, I got to get out of here." All right, let's see what Ruse has got here. He's opting to go forehand and see if he can bump his own up or push that one out. Yeah, not going to work. So it'll be probably one more for Tom. Get the official word to see. One more for Tom Richardson. 19-14 after 22 ends. 7 ones in a row now. We got the update from the other match now. Charlie is now up on Sadri 17-10. playing to 21. So Charlie, again, looking to go back to his 7th national championship, hoping for a 7th national title, and he's 4 points away from doing just that. But right here, Tom's up 19-14. Really seems to be taking an extra breath with everything. And again, with the jack, again, is probably good for Tom with this 3 yards or so. Yeah, about 3 yards short of the tee, which is what he's been playing consistent. And he's 2 points away from winning. Actually, kind of going for a walk, I guess. Sitting in the shade. We've been trying to charge up this laptop what I've been using for the telestrating. Hopefully, it's been a little addition for you guys. Hopefully, it's helped me communicate to you what's going on and what I think the shot should be. Hopefully, that's a helpful addition that Gary's put in. But the laptop's on 5% despite charging continually. So we'll see if it survives the end here. I think it's just using more energy than it's getting in. A little bit loose there by Tom. Again, it's opening for Ruse. Got to take advantage of it. Got to get one close. See how his weight is. I really, really, really don't want to be 5 feet short here. All right, Tom looking to make his correction. He's been just much better on the line on the hole. And he's back on the line, but very heavy. All kinds of room to draw here for Ruse. Tom playing it loose. You've got to make him pay. Well, Ruse has got shot now. He managed to pull that one in. It's not particularly close. This is about when Tom's really, the last little bit here has really been turning on. He's kind of had a first couple bowls like feeling it out, and then his third bowl really been good. This has been the money ball for him. Maybe he's going to get it to come back. Yeah, he's another good 5 feet through. Again, Ruse is really wanting to make him pay. Try and get another close one in there. Much easier to win a match when you're getting two at a time as opposed to one. Yeah, reasonable position. Gave him something behind. I don't think that's second. Looks like that's more like third. All right, see if Tom can do it with his fourth one. A lot of room to draw. Anything within a yard to give you a shot here. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. There it is. Fourth bull Tom right there taking a shot. Well, Bruce really needs to beat that bull or get it out. He could just do he's played this hand pretty consistently. So he could do the draw, but this bull is really diabolical in the way here. And he could just try and take the bull out if he wanted to. But we'll see what he does. Thinking he's just trying the draw, see if he can find the line. He's just really struggling with the line here. Just misses that bull, so it's going to be one more for Tom. So Tom has now hit 20 to 14 after 23 ends. So Tom just needs to get one more point before Ruse gets 7. And he'll be going to the national championships. I mean, it's not like either guy's been spectacular, but doing just enough to kind of win. And sometimes that's all it takes. If the conditions are rough for whatever reason, like he just can't find the line or the rink or the weight or the wind. And Long Beach can be like that sometimes. Tom might have thrown the jack out of bounds. Yep, he has. Not what you want to do is to have a lapse of concentration of what could be your last jack. So now Ruse has got it and figure out what he wants to do. And he's going to take it up. Again, that jack is really important. I mean, if Ruse ends up coming back and winning this thing, this is something you can point to. Because Tom, couldn't have had everything going his way. Just needed to get a jack in bounds to play his distance again. Ruse should be learning this lesson and taking his time and doing what he wants here. To pull the mat up. He's trying to put the jack all the way back to the tee. But Tom will be first. That's the penalty. If you roll the jack out of bounds or in the ditch, then your opponent gets to place the mat and roll the jack, but you still go first. And if both players miss the jack, then the jack goes to where it is on the tee, and then the first player can put the mat where they want. So that's how the rule is. See if Tom can put it away with a solid first bowl. Not bad there. Little short, couple feet short. Ruse, I guess, is not worried about it. He's going to switch over to the forehand, to his backhand rather. See if he can get the line right. Really been fighting his line. This looks like a honey here. Yeah, that's a stunner. Been a long time since we've had a good first bowl by either one of these players, and Ruth found a good time for it. All right, here's Tom looking for a jack or bowl shot here. He's not far away. What a shot. I don't know if he's got shot or not. He's going to look. Dan's going to have a look and see. I think she still says that Ruse is holding. That's what I took from it. But man, Tom is close, especially when Tom just needs one. He's going to opt for the forehand. It would be bad if he split the two. That wouldn't be terrible for him. He really wants to try and get that blue ball out of there. He may have done just that. Ooh. Well, I don't know what's going on now. Boy, for as loose as it's been, for those are 3 pretty good bowls right there. Given the nature of the game, you could forgive everybody if they want to take a look here on this head. It just when it's 8-6 and you're going up after the second ball, it's a bit much. The thought is, I think that Ruse is holding. No touchers. Ruse has got pretty good position here. I mean, Tom could play this hand to split him, but the problem is, I mean, it's not horrible, but if he hits this bull, it's probably hitting his bull and then knocking it out. So he's probably just going to go on the forehand, but even this is dicey. Yeah, he's going to opt for the backhand and see if he can just split the two and stay. Yeah, missed. But you can see that was I think that was the target. He was trying to split these bulls and see if he could get between them. Because if you split them, then this goes that way, this goes that way, and then you stay for two, no less. Now, Ruse could try and play the same hand. It's a little dicey if he comes this way. He's got this bull in front, and he's got this bull that he doesn't want to push in. But with these two bulls kind of locked, he could play this hand, hit this bull, which hits this bull and pushes it right out. He doesn't want to split them. He just wants to arrive and maybe this kind of weight here and just kind of bull to bull and just enough to nudge that and sit for three. Yeah, it looks like that's what he's lining up to do. And you're just looking for this kind of way, just like a yard through. Yeah, it's just a little short. I mean, it's not terrible, but I mean, you really would like to play it through. Even if you missed and came around, a bowl here would be really useful for Ruse. I mean, this isn't very helpful. All right, Tom's last one. I think he's, again, probably trying to play that same little split here. I mean, especially if he's second, which he might be. If he gets this bull to go, then he'd be holding the match. They got one more bull each. I think Tom's going to try it again. Yeah, pretty free swing. I mean, I like that weight. It's a good effort. It just, just kind of went around the head as opposed to through the head. And again, his was his target, just to just kind of be here so he could split those two. He just missed it. Well, now Ruse has got his shot. He's going to double check and make sure he's holding. I can understand if he'd want to say, I'm going to put in my pocket and count the head, but he's got a chance to make a three here. Again, if he plays this shot on this hand, hits this bull, which will hit this bull and knock it right out. And Tom's take a look at it. He really shouldn't because it's not his head. It's Ruse's head. Well, what's he? Or Ruse decided to pick it up, I guess. Okay. I was like, wow, what's going on? Ruse had a chance to make a number there. I think he was just worried that he would lose the end. Two. Well, Ruse did have two there, so you can understand why maybe he wasn't trying to be greedy to get a third and possibly turn over. Two's a pretty good score right now. And he's still got life, and again, he may have found an end, a length that might work for him. Again, by Tom throwing that jack into the ditch. I'm really hoping, that's not the way you want to lose, is by just getting a little sloppy with the jack on what could be your last end. And now Rouge is going to play this mat up and see if he can win another couple ends and complete the comeback. That's first to 21, so you get 5 ones, and that's enough. And Rouge hasn't won more than 3 ends in a row. And 5 through 7, he went 2-1-2, but that's the only streak he really had. But he needs something similar here in order to stay alive. Yeah, putting it right on the tee here. All right, again, really like to see first bull put pressure on. I mean, if Bruce can get his first bull in several ends in a row, that might be enough to get him the win. But you can't have any loose ones here. Yeah, it's all right. Good position. He's just about a yard behind. Right on line, which is good. That's what he's been fighting. Tom, same thing. You got a chance to put him away. And you got kind of a free draw. You got room. Get one close. It only takes one. Maybe 2.5 feet short, but that's the shot right now. The ruse just needs to keep that same line, stay focused, and just drop that yard. This is the kind of thing you really should be practicing. Be able to keep on the same line and just be able to drop weight as needed. And that's good enough for shot. Pretty good bull. Maybe 1.5 foot short. So I'm going to try and beat that. Float it right around. Trying really hard here. Trying really hard here. Oh, what a bowl by Tom Richardson. Ooh, really put the squeeze on Ruse there. That one's maybe a foot behind at most. And that's definitely a shot. And one is too much against you. And Tom will have last bowl from here on out. So Ruse has got 2 opportunities to beat or remove that bowl. Might be, let's see if he's going to try and come with weight through this gap here and just try and take it out. Yeah, it looks like that's what he's trying. I mean, the weight was okay for that shot. So I think Tom knows that's what he's trying. I think it'd be ideal if he could put one here on this side that's hopefully in the count. And that way, even if he does the drive, the unfortunate thing is if you do that, then you're leaving it open for him to be able to draw to that pole. There's another school of thought to just have another one in back here. And if he makes the shot, he makes the shot. But at least he's not getting 2 or 3. Really, the main thing is don't touch this bull. And Tom's got last ball, so he doesn't have to make anything happen here. He doesn't even have to put a bull in here, really. He could just leave it all alone and leave something out here and see if Ruse can make the shot or not. Yeah, he's just opting, just a blank. And it doesn't even really hurt him. I mean, if you're going to throw a blank, I'd prefer you have a blank here that's useful. That's a little more useful than this thing. But he's holding the match, so he doesn't have to make anything happen. And this is a hard shot here. Having to squeeze this little gap, and even, I mean, he could take the jack back, and that'd help him too. That's why I think if Tom had one here, in case he hit this edge of the jack and it squirted over here, if he had a bowl here, then that would help him. That's a lot better than this. So here's Ruse with his match life on the line, and that bowl cannot stay. Not far away. He is giving it a look. Oh, he's done it. Hit the bowl and trickled around with the toucher. So Ruse in great position with one. Tom could try something similar and crack the egg, but the danger is Tom doesn't want to put anything back here. He doesn't want to move the jack back. Might be worthwhile to just take one down and live to fight another day. He could try and kind of play this and just trying to edge that bull out, but it's got to be delicate. Again, this is why this bull kind of hurts him, because he could try this, but this might be in his way. If he would have put even the block here would be better than this, but I think he would have been better off playing it here. I mean, this is just hurting him because now it's kind of in his way if he wanted to play this shot, because this would be the best shot if he could play it, is to come on this hand, play into this bull, or ideally hit the jack and kind of pinch it, kind of crack the egg, and then the bull kind of trickles out, or the jack squirts over here, and then you shake hands. But this is kind of in his way and might be hurting. In the meantime, updating the other game is again all playing to 21. Charlie's up 18-11 over Sadri. And I think I just saw Sadri down 2 in the head and maybe draw a shot. So, but we'll see what's going on. All right. So again, we'll see what Tom does. Pretty good effort here. Not far away from trying this. He is not far away here. Oh, it was close, but I don't think he did it. Great effort by Tom, though. That's a pretty good bull. But I don't see anybody stopping. So one more for Ruse. It's now 20-17. And now he's 4 away. So now Ruse could end it on any end. And again, really want to be focused on the jacks. Or I mean, we're in this. I'd argue we're in this position because Tom got loose and put that jack out of bounds. And that's given Ruse a chance. It's a little shorter than he's been doing it, but he's got that mat in that same position. Again, you'd really like to see that first bowl be solid. Tom thought he had it, and then Ruse just took it away with that weighted shot. Really well done. They really need to get on and be on the jack. He's missed the line here. Missed the line of the weight. Now what you want your first ball. Tom can turn this right around. All right, Sadri has scored on the last end, so it's now 18-12. But I think he proceeded to put the jack in the ditch. So Charlie's measuring the mat off right next to the tee. Here's a good ball by Tommy there. The hold shot. Okay. I'd like to see both these guys. No more loose bowls. Can't take a bowl off right now. Pretty good effort by Ruse. Just kind of drifts away. Tom is probably still holding. I'm going to stick with that hand, I think. Yep. So let's make a small correction. Even his weight's kind of fine. He really just doesn't want to come across the head and knock the jack to Ruse. Oh, oh, he might have given it away. Again, this is why you don't want to come heavy and narrow, because Ruse might be holding right now. I mean, Tom didn't have a bad bowl. He's got good position out of it, but even better off not coming in heavy and narrow through the head to get the jack movement. He didn't need the jack movement. And the thing is, I'm sitting here and I'm saying, oh, they should do this, should do this. It's another thing when you plan it's your ninth match of the 3-day weekend at high pressure stakes, trying to go to your first national championship in singles with the wind swirling, stopping, picking up. It's a lot. But that's why you feel like you've earned it when it's all said and done. Not every bowl is going to be perfect, but hopefully you throw more good ones than bad. Let's see what Ruse is going to do. There's a good chance he's holding right now. It wouldn't shock me if he's holding at the moment. I think he's going to go because he doesn't want to push this bowl in. I think he's going to try and come around. It's going to smack his own. Well, you can see again, this is like short bowls. That's why they're killers. Because that first bowl was just blank. He didn't get through it, and now it's made his third bowl. It's crushed his third bowl because he had a short first. It's amazing how many times you see that, and it's really not a good time for it. And now Tom probably got an open draw to come in here. I mean, he could come this way and just promote his own. It probably doesn't need much, and he's got the catcher here. He really could play either hand he wants. But this is the open draw, and that's been his strength in this one, is to play the open draws. He's been drawing really well on the hole. More good than bad for sure. I think that's what he's going to try. He's just got to beat this bull here. Pretty good effort if it makes it all the way. Oh, gosh, just a little short. I don't think he did it. Looked like he bounced it just a hair. I think that was enough to take off that distance. Now, Roos is up against it too because he doesn't want to push that in, doesn't want to push that in. It's his last bowl. I think he's holding one. I mean, it's really kind of like a crosshead. He could play this hand under the blue to try and get the here for a shot. He could play crosshead here to push this one up, but again, it's really dicey. Or you're all the way around or all the way around. You just got to pick one. He's going with the forehand again. Doesn't want to touch that bowl. Does not want to touch that bowl. Oh, he touched that bowl. He might have pushed it in. Well, Tom's having a look. And clearly indicated the danger that he didn't want to touch that bowl and he might have pumped it in for shot. I don't know. I mean, if it was clear, then Tommy wouldn't be rolling it. He'd be shaking hands and saying, "Thank you very much." And as it is, he's still got the last bowl. He's probably going to come in this way and just trying to push his zone up or a clean draw. I think personally it's draw weight to get to here. And if you happen to tip that one in, it's good. But you want to leave that one alone. Come out high, and you don't want to touch that one either. Just take a deep breath and just try and draw one if you can. Just shake hands and be done. He's opting to go the other way, but man, you don't want to touch that bowl. Either one of those is bad news bears. He is not far away from it. Oh, look at that. Is it going to sit? Oh, I am not sure. We'll see. Ruse is walking up like he's ready to shake hands with him. Yeah, I think Tom managed to do it with that last one. So Tom Richardson gets a one on that last end to win this thing 21-17 and advance to the national championship representing the Southwest Division. In the other match, Sadri just scored a 2, so Charlie's up 18-14 in that one. But I think we're going to shut down our coverage here. So that, they'll probably have the results up online later in the day. But I don't know if we're going to try it. Yeah. So we're going to shut it down here. But congratulations to Tom Richardson for winning this one. Thank you for joining us. Hopefully you enjoyed the coverage. For Gary Barnes, Steve Nermontes, Gary Liltunen, Sheila Conti, Joe Nermontes, Long Beach Lone Bowling Club, and Arrow Bowl, same line every time. I'm Scott Roberts. We will see you next weekend. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.